Hello, this is a brief video of this very unusual Bechstein Model V, that's 6'7" long, that's come into stock. Unusual because of some of the way it's been restored, and also first thing you notice here is that this really does need polishing, this fall here. I don't know what they've tried to do, fake grain here and underneath the Bechstein, not quite sure what's happened there. It's got a magnificent veneer on the top of the piano, and in fact the whole piano will look absolutely stunning if it was repolished. We polished with about 30 coats of French polish and finish off by antique waxing. The keys are original ivory and in absolutely immaculate condition. It's been restrung and restored extremely well. It's had the soundboard trims. They've taken the badge off the soundboard, the decal, which is a shame, but it's been really well done. The felts are excellent too. I just tuned the piano and the tuning pins are really tight. The rest plank's not been changed, but the tuning pins aren't too big and certainly extremely tight. I've had tuned the whole piano and it's excellent. What else is unusual is that this is a B. Now this is a V, Bechstein Model V, the older style. This is 1892. But you can see there that there's had a frame crack repaired, and on this strut as well. So both of them had a frame crack repaired. But not incredibly well repaired because you can still see it cosmetically. Now, frame cracks are very common on Model A and B. In fact, if you've got a Bechstein Model A or B, look at this point, see if you've got a frame crack. Look on the internet, you'll see frame crack Bechstein Model A. You'll find plenty of examples of pictures of that. So this has been repaired, you can see clearly, but it's cosmetically not brilliantly done. When it's restrung, when the A and the B are restrung, it needs repairing. Stitch welding is what we always do. What was also unusual is there's been, as we can see in a minute, the hammers have been really well, new hammers put on really well. But here, they're catching the frame. You can just see those marks of the hammers catching the frame behind there. I don't know if you can see. If you're a technician, you know what I mean. These hammers here were catching the frame and I had to just shave them off a bit. It's strange because everything else was done so well on the piano. The bass strings are really good, the string line is good. I would expect them to be a bit longer. Normally the good string maker will get a little bit closer to the agraffs than that. The piano was originally dated from this number here, 8032. And you can see the same number under here, under the piano, 8032. But these numbers are never quite correlating with the age of the piano. Unfortunately, somebody had put the correct number on the cheeks here, which you can't perhaps see very well on the video, 29994. And on the other cheek too. So we'll put that number back on the frame because we like to have the correct number on the frame. Finally, what's unusual about this is that the hammers are really well put on, and the weighting is absolutely exquisite. But there's doping in the top two sections only. I don't know if I can show you that, but if you can see the side of the hammer here, it's got liquid embedded into the sides. I think you can see it on that one. Up here you can see it more clearly, and that's perfectly okay. That's kind of lack of doping. But I've never quite seen it to such an extent, right up to the top of the piano and not in the bottom sections of the piano at all. This is obviously to strengthen the hammer tone, and it's very effective. There's also plenty of needling evident here too, which is shows the sign they've really worked very hard on these hammers. You can see there's not a huge amount of play of wear in the hammers, just you can see the 3 indentations, and in fact I've just moved it so that it plays well with the unicorda pedal, so it's exactly right, and in fact you get a great contrast. Something I did find is the hammer hinges are tight. Funnily enough, on new hammers you often get this if it's been left dormant for a while or allowed to absorb a bit of moisture. They're quite sensitive because they're just the right tightness, and a bit of moisture in and they go too tight. When you drop them from here they don't drop properly. Now I've lubricated them all so they do drop. I should have left some to show you what that was like. Piano's well regulated with the springs are well regulated. As I release the back check, there's a nice lift there. All the springs the same. It wasn't like that when the hinges were too tight because that was resisting the spring. Changed the key bushings really well. There's no extra tightness in the keys, just exactly right. No looseness. So it's a Model 5 Bechstein, really magnificent piano. It's my favourite model of Bechstein. It's definitely equivalent to Steinways of the same age. Just has a special tone to it. It's sort of difficult to describe, slightly wooden sound, but penetrating as well. And a nice, very solid, great bass. And beautifully regulated, just done a few adjustments, but I'm really impressed with this piano. We're going to, I think, have to use it as a concert hire piano for a little, because our concert hire piano has disappeared, or gone, sold rather. So this is going to be, but we ought to repolish this. It will be wonderful veneer once it's polished with a beautiful finish. So thank you very much for listening.